The Attorney General's been in that chair with a couple breaks, and I think we should try to wrap up if we can.
Request to put something in the record. A Wall Street Journal editorial titled about the domestic terrorist parents. The article notes that the October 4th DOJ memo should be formally rescinded.
Without objection.
Yeah. General, after a great deal of pressure from victims in Congress, I know that you're taking another look at the department's disgusting decision not to prosecute employees for lying to government officials in the Nasser investigation. Do you anticipate that the department will similarly expunge the records of these employees just like McCabe, or continue to give them get out of jail free cards as you've done so far?
As I said, Senator, we are reviewing the decisions with respect to the alleged false statements. That review is being done by the Criminal Division.
Okay. Beginning in the summer of 2020, American cities began to see appalling and unprecedented spike in violent crime, murders, and gang violence as liberal politicians operated under the rallying cry of defund the police. This movement translated into over 1,200 deaths in 2020 alone. In the summer of 2020, then Attorney General Barr instituted Operation Legend as a way to combat the rising spike in violent crime. By any measure, this surge in federal agents was a resounding success. By December of 2020, over 6,000 arrests had been made, over 2,600 firearms had been taken off streets, and approximately 467 people have been arrested for homicides. Given the clear success of Operation Legend, why is the department seemingly directing its efforts towards school board meetings, but not towards real threats or real acts of violence that happen every day in American citizens? So a simple question, does Operation Legend still exist?
My understanding was Operation Legend was directed at violence over the summer of 2020. We have addressed another surge of federal prosecutorial and law enforcement efforts. This last summer, we have stepped up the amount of money we're giving to state and locals, and we've increased our joint task forces together. I've visited federal and state law enforcement in New York and in Chicago and in Los Angeles and in San Francisco, all aimed at violent crime in those areas. And we've asked for considerable additional money, about $1 billion in grants to fund state and local police in FY22. So I think I hope that answers your question.
Okay. Only 4 packers, JBS, Tyson's, Cargill, and National Beef, control more than 80% of the cattle market. These companies hold a tremendous amount of market power. The Justice Department issued civil investigative demands in May 2020, but we've yet to learn anything from this investigation. Could you provide an update, and can you commit to expediting this investigation so that our cattle producers know whether there are any antitrust violations?
So I can't discuss specific investigations. We have longstanding policies against that, but I can tell you that the Antitrust Division is aggressively concerned with competition in the market that you described. We are also in frequent consultation with the Agriculture Department with regard to the Stockyards and Packers and Stockyards Act. We regard this as an area where we have to be very much concerned about exclusionary behavior and anti-competitive behavior.
Thank you.
Thanks, Senator Grassley. Senator Hirono?
You want to submit that?
Yeah.
Senator, I think your mic's not turned on.
One thing I have to say as we listen to, I don't know, going on hour 3, is that